Well, hello there, kiddies. It's Retro Dad. I'm excited. I'm at the video game swap meet, or the PDX Retro Expo Mini, or Part 2. So I'm hoping to go out there and find some things that slipped through these hands and sold. It's time to do the rebuild. It's life after collecting, but I'm back to do a little bit of collecting. Well, it looks like the line's starting to grow a little bit. T-minus half an hour to go. Well, guys, just came back from the video game swap meet, or the Portland Retro Expo Mini, or the PDX Expo Retro 2. It really is. It's a smaller expo. What's great about the video game swap meet Unlike the Portland Retro Expo, has a lot of cosplayers and a lot of panels. It's just for video game enthusiasts to find and search for games. And we're just like squirrels, hunting for our treasures. And when we find them, we dig in the same spot sometimes till we find gold. And that's what happened to me, where we go to the same areas, the first few tables. They had a lot of great deals, and I wasn't the only one finding those deals. It didn't seem as crowded as last year. At first it did, but eventually you had a lot of maneuverability. What about the games? Well, let me tell you, there was a lot of gems. There was a Flintstones at Dinosaur Peak for the NES, a Stadium Events, a Bonk's Adventure. There was even some great ones for the Super Nintendo, such as Space Megaforce. There was gems for almost every system. I was looking for NES games that I wanted back in my collection. I had two that were on my top of my list. Mega Man 5 and Gargoyle's Quest 2. And I'll be honest, guys, no one had G-Quest 2.
I used to have mine complete in the box myself.
The prices were a little bit of everywhere. Some places, they were dirt cheap, and I'm going to show you some. And some of them were market value, and some were just under market value, and only a few vendors had slightly above market value. But they actually had some games that were pretty rare among this event. Right here is a bag full of retro goodness. Now, before I show you what I picked up that was once in my collection, I'm going to show you some new things I picked up. Rival Turf. This is a sequel to Brawl Brothers. Now, I didn't pick this up at the expo. I've had this for a while. But I got Rival Turf. It's this prequel. So it's actually, there's 3 of them in the series, and Peacekeepers is actually the 3rd game. Pretty expensive. But I'm going to try to get that one in a little bit, because I have a video planned where all about brawlers. Oh, I got it. Ooh, Super Black Bass. Got it for $1. Couldn't pass it up. And this one I never owned, but I've been trying to get for a couple years. I'm really glad I didn't own it originally, as I accidentally might have sold it when everything else went. But I got Saturday Night Slam Masters. Hagar makes an appearance in this, so I'm really looking forward to playing it.
1, 2, 3. You win.
This was such a good deal. I got it for way less than this. And it's also a game I'm trying to get for the last couple years. But yeah, Sunset Riders. Oh yeah, I got it for a great deal.
It's time to pay.
And I got Q*bert for the Game Boy. Well, since I got Q*bert for the Game Boy, I had to show off the comparison of Q*bert for the NES. So now we're on to games that I've owned previously. So here are the games I picked up once again. So a stack of Sega Genesis games. Now I owned all of these at one time. I mentioned earlier about not getting Gargoyle's Quest, but I did get Mega Man 5. So now I have all the Mega Man games once again for the NES. Yes! Go Mega Man! Battletoads and Double Dragon for the NES. So I was not expecting to pick this up. It's on my list, but later on down the line. When I saw it was $55, I had to get it. Clash of Demon Head, Guardian Legend. Before I show you this one, it was really hard to stay away from boxes. There were so many boxes of some great games. Games that I once owned complete in the box or just in the box. And I had to be really wise and choosy and not go for ones in the box, because you spend more money getting complete or in the box, and I wanted my dollar to stretch as far as it could. So that's why I didn't get boxes. But I did get Vice Project Doom. A little bit of damage there, but the gameplay is fine. I don't mind. I'm just glad it's back in the collection. Donkey Kong Classics. There's actually a set of games I was really hoping to find, and surprisingly, they were difficult to search for. One person had 2 complete in the box, and I was looking for G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, and the Atlantis Factor. I couldn't find it anywhere. Then I discovered it at one table, and I got G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, and getting the game is half the battle. I was searching all around, trying to find its brother, the Atlantis Factor. No one seemed to have it. And that seemed to be a problem, that there was a lot of games I was expecting to see at this convention. I've seen at other video game swap meets or expos or callets that were not there. So I looked all over for it, all over the place. And at certain sellers I expected to have it, did not have it. But one seller, just one, got it. I got it for under what he asked for, but not by much. So I got both G.I. Joe games again. Towards the end of this event, I went to the back of the tables and there was a new vendor there, and he had a lot of games. So I got a stack of NES games, about $5 each, some under. I don't have time to show you everything, so I'm just gonna have to do this. Here's a glimpse of what else I got. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, one of the expos that are coming up, my favorite gaming expo, is Callets Gaming for Kids. And here's one of the organizers to tell us about it.
How you doing?
I'm doing perfectly fine.
Want to talk about Callets Gaming for Kids?
Absolutely, I'd love to talk about Callets Gamers for Kids. So Callets Gamers for Kids is a game show located in Longview, Washington. It's about 45 minutes north of Portland, right off of I-5. And what we like to do is we host a charity event for the Arc of Cowlitz County, which provides services for adults and children on the autism spectrum. And what a big need is right now is that when somebody graduates from high school to actually getting services from the state is about 5 years. So there's a huge transition right there that there's no services for. So we're going to help try to provide services to help them out, get them in the community, get them jobs, all that kind of stuff. So Cowlitz Gamers for Kids, which is who I'm part of, hosts a game show for the Arc of Cowlitz County. It is March 31st of this year in Longview, Washington at the Cowlitz County Event Center. It's on 7th Avenue and it is from 10 to 5, $5 suggested donation to get in.
I hope to see you there. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Have fun. Go game. See you later.